What's up? I've just had a trade, my first one in a long time, so let's analyze it. Looking at the daily chart, this JSPR is a biotech, I believe. It was a top percent gainer, and I don't usually like charts that are like this, but it was kind of a mix of like I was really excited to trade, but like nothing was really moving today, which can kind of be dangerous for traders that are just kind of shooting their shot at nothing. So I saw this kind of flop and this spike, and it was hanging around here ish, right? No, it was higher. Never mind. No, it was somewhere around here. It was below this point, and it had this kind of blow off top. So it was below this. I was like, well, maybe it's just on its way down again. But and it's had these kind of like two red days, but they have gone up again. Like it went up and then came down and then was red on the day, but came to its all-time highs. Like it's just a weird chart, right? From the daily. It's kind of a lower flow. It was at 20 million volume. I didn't even really check the volume resistance. Um, okay, and it also had volume resistance of about 92. Yeah, 92 million right over here on the 13th. So it's kind of a short setup, but the way that it was moving intraday, the place where I got into it was not. The two spots to get into this for a short were here and here, mountain peaks, risking maybe 50 cents, right? Um, but I got in when it was going sideways. And although my instincts, well, my if my instincts were like, this is going sideways, I don't like shorts that go sideways. And I was kind of looking at this line, it broke it. Okay, then there's this, they match up, and it's just in this channel. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make my risk 1588, 1590. And I got in here and it seemed like it was dropping off the edge and then had this spike up. But, I kept with it because I knew my risk level and it kind of went south, which was fine actually, because I got in at 1517 and it went to 1418. Like it kind of dropped a dollar. And I only had 50 shares, so I was up $50 technically, right? The borrows were 1850. So let me write that down before I forget. 1850. So it was a good trade, but then it double bottomed and it started ticking higher, ticking higher, ticking higher. This is like the airplane, where it just goes up. And then at this point, it just started to really shoot up. Um, and I had pushed for a limit order, or I just put in the price of like 1590, but it ended up executing me for a market order. But it's actually a good thing because I got out at 1609. Because if I would have had my limit order, it wouldn't have taken me out. And it got all the way as high as 1690 before, oops, hold on a second, before halting, right? Then, of course, it dropped and then it started grinding higher again. It went all the way to 1850, maybe even higher, 1890. So this, I was thinking about it. I was like, "Oh, I don't know. What if it breaks out because on Oracle it was projected to 1950." I was like, "Well, if it breaks out here and it goes a dollar, that's too much risk for me." But this was actually the spot for a beautiful like $2.50 of just fucking crash. So there was this beautiful crash and this beautiful crash. So I had another day trade, but I was like running to the post office and like doing my laundry and feeling scared. And so I didn't take this mountain peak. So this is like if you think of it as a landscape, right? And I'm a snowboarder, I want to get in at the top of the mountain, not over here in the grass. And this is like the river. Like I want to get here and go, wee money. And then like there's a cabin over here with hot cocoa and hot guys. Anyway, so this trade was a flop. I lost $46 and 18.50 for borrow fees. So like so I have two more day trades. I'm back on like a 3 day trade rotation because I only have one account that I'm working with. For all my NFT people, this is going to be like, she's speaking another language. And it's like, yeah, this is actually like my native language for trading that I've been studying for 5 years. And although I hate fucking studying stock stuff, like I do know a little bit about it, but sometimes it's just like, what the fuck is happening? But for short selling, it's all about those mountain peaks. And this also became a beautiful double top. So it's just like, this was the spot. This was the spot, not here in the middle of fucking nowhere. So it's kind of like being that sniper. Like, I should have been that sniper. But I did have a good little move here. And because of NFTs, I've kind of told myself, like, don't be greedy. If you see a move, take it. And I don't know, it's just like I wanted, as soon as it broke this kind of 1461, and I was like, okay, it's got no support. It's just going to crash into nothingness. And then it turned around. So, and it just kept grinding higher. But there was some opportunity for me to get out in the 1420s, 1430s. I just didn't take it because I felt like, okay, we went this channel, now a new channel. Maybe we're finally going to crack support and go nowhere. And instead, boom, spike. And it's the perfect thing to do to all the short sellers that are waiting for more shit. But in actuality, this went from 1850 to 1435. Like, what more do you want as a short seller? You just had $4. But when it spikes again, another $4, guess what? It's time to crash again. So I just planned it incorrectly. Um, but I really wanted like a nice green trade as my first trade back, but fuck it. It just didn't work out. Anyway, I hope you have a good night and I'll see you guys later. Bye.